hello.
Hi.
Coming to you through the electrical impulses of the internet, it's F That Noise. Featuring Mike Burdick, Keith Reeve, Jamie Klein, Pete Melia, and Steve Taylor. It's episode 12 of F That Noise. I'm Keith Reeves, steering this ship of fools, accompanied by Pete Melia, Steve Taylor, Mike Burdick,
Muzzle top.
Jamie Klein,
I can't come.
and one more time, Pete Melia.
Help!
Perfect.
Sorry about that.
Absolutely fucking perfect.
This is a painful orgasm right there.
This is episode 12. If you missed episode 11, it was our tribute to Kirk Douglas, but also, more importantly, our first ever F That Noise Celebrity Death Pool Draft. So go and check out that episode and see where your money would lie. And
I'm confident with my choices.
yes, yes, as you should be, And before we get going, let's start off with this week's Drive of the Week.
All right. We're going to go, instead of movies, we're going to do television. So this is from an episode of The Office, one of my all-time favorite TV shows. Until Michael Scott left. But fantastic show. This is a drive that he did when he found out that a coworker of his that he disliked suddenly came back to work with him.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No, God!
That was an
God!
extended drive.
No, God, please, no! 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 God!
The end when he drags it out.
God, please, no! 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 No!
Right before. It was fantastic. That was the Drive of the Week, brought to you by Trashmen Media. For the latest Blu-ray and DVD reviews, including videos and interviews, check out Trashmen Media at www.trashmenmedia.com, as well as on Twitter and Facebook.
Oh my God.
Steve Carell, we were talking about this off the air a couple weeks ago, but Steve Carell also had some pretty good drives in The 40-Year-Old Virgin when he was getting waxed.
Yes.
That
yes.
scene also in
yes.
Anchorman.
Oh,
Like he's got a couple in his repertoire.
I forgot about the one in Anchorman. It's pretty good, too. That's pretty funny.
All right, but being about The Office, we started getting on this subject, or this topic rather, about people that you've come across in your life, no matter where it was in the past, that have annoyed the crap out of you, and traits that they have exhibited that just have driven you close to the edge. So who wants to take the lead on this one this week?
Oh.
I mean, I got...
Well, I've already talked about if you listen to episode 2 of the podcast, I talk about people who take shits at work. Those people should be punched in the head. But because I'm coming down with something, I'm going to bitch and complain about people that come to work sick. This happens all the time. We have it seems like an open community where there's no dividers. There's no, I don't have an office or anything like that. But so everyone around you is coughing and hacking, sneezing, and I think they stopped telling people to not wash their hands. I mean, people are constantly no Lysol, no hand sanitizer, nothing, coughing and hacking away. And it fucking drives me up the wall because you're going to get sick. And people are just fucking disgusting. I just realized I'm just like bitching up a storm. So I had to throw in a little drive there.
That's kind of the nature of the topic.
That's one of my pet peeves.
I just didn't want to stop you. You were on a roll,
I was like going on. I could feel
when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor. That's right.
I could feel my temper going higher and higher and higher. I'm like, no. So
I like to watch someone implode. It's fun.
right. But that's one of my biggest things at work. People that come to work sick, stay the fuck home. You have sick time, for Christ's sake.
No, that's fucked up.
I had a manager that
No,
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
sometimes being sick and staying at home isn't all that bad. It's all right, in fact.
Yeah, exactly.
I had a manager one time that told me, the only heroes I know, Keith, are dead. Don't try to be one.
Well,
Deep.
there we go.
Deep. Super
That
deep.
can be taken anywhere.
Yeah, seriously. Seriously. The most annoyed that I think I've been was in college. Now, so all of you know that Mike and I lived together my first year at Cortland, but my second year, he lived off campus. I stayed on campus. And I had plans to live with two people that I had roomed with the previous year. But when I showed up on day one, those two decided not to come back to school. So it was supposed to be a 6-person room. We had originally set up to have 3 single-person suites. But I ended up being with 4 people that I did not know. And I didn't realize this until I showed up on day one. So, yeah, well, I ended up getting along with 3 out of the 4. But there was
That's not so bad.
there was that one who would sit in his room and play Savage Garden.
Oh my
This
god!
is 1998.
Was he getting his balls slapped by some other dude?
Oh my god! I swear to God, he would play that shit over and over again. And then, yeah, he came back from winter break with his tongue pierced and sunning in his hair, and like it was just like, dude, what are you doing? Like I don't understand. Like what is this? So anyway, he annoyed the crap out of me, and then it was my unknown to you guys, my entry into the bomb squad. So it was like May. I'm getting ready to graduate and move out, and our room was it was 5 guys living together. It was a complete shithole. So there was a common lounge area, and I had cleaned the entire lounge and everything. And this kid comes back from his final, and he sits and he puts his feet up on the freaking coffee table, and just starts. He was sick, and he starts throwing his dirty ass snot rags all over the floor.
No.
And I was like,
No.
And I looked at him, and I went, "Get the fuck out! Get the fuck out! Go in your room. You are not allowed to be here. I just busted my ass cleaning this because it was just me and him left in the room at that point because everybody else had gone home. I said, for the duration that it's just you and me, you stay in your fucking room. You're not allowed to come in here anymore."
Nice.
So, in order to guarantee that he did not come in the lounge anymore, so the way it was set up was kind of like an L, and my bedroom was right off the lounge. Now, he hated this one song by Dave Matthews Band called Satellite, okay? He absolutely hated it. To make sure that he didn't come in the lounge, I put that fucking CD on repeat for that song and cranked my volume, locked my bedroom door, and left for the day.
Oh, Jesus.
That's how much that asshole irritated the shit out of me. drove me to the edge.
I never heard this story until now.
No,
Oh,
there
shit.
was never.
At that noise, it's
Chris.
important to get out, past feelings.
Right?
There was never a reason for me to share that with you guys, but now here it is.
Damn.
Self-therapy for us, everyone.
Get the fuck out. You are not allowed here.
Jesus Christ.
I love it. Was that in the towers?
Yeah, the second year when I lived on the 3rd floor.
Oh, jeez.
Did you know this guy, Mike?
It sounds like a good friend of mine.
No, it wasn't. He was. It was his first year at the college. Oh man.
Oh God. No, for me it's this is at work or out and about parents. Because for those of you that don't know, I work at a restaurant, for the listeners that don't know. And for all the years I've worked, parents are the worst. Everyone blames the kids if like a kid is screaming or what. No, fucking parents. I hate parents. Most parents could give a shit about anybody else. It's all them. It's all about their feelings and making sure they get what they want. I've had kids having full-on meltdowns in the restaurant. And the parent will just sit there and be like, "Oh, well, I'm teaching them a lesson." It's like, well, you know what? Everyone else can't fucking eat because your kid is screaming their goddamn heads off. And you're teaching them a lesson. So good for that. But a good example is it just happened today. I was at the Fairport Library with my kids, and there was some special, like some woman came in dressed like Belle from Beauty and the Beast, and they were going to read a story at story time. And with school being out, there was every child that ever lived in Rochester was at this library. It was insane. There were fucking kids everywhere. And I was watching as this large group were walking into the main children's library, and a woman stopped to look at her phone. And I'm not even joking. There was probably 30 people behind her waiting to walk in. And she just stopped right in the middle of the walkway, could give a shit if there was another human being anywhere near her. And when a woman behind her said, "Excuse me," the look this woman gave her was just venom. Just like, why the fuck are you talking to me like that?
Oh, people suck.
And I just wanted to walk over and slap the shit out of her. I'm sorry. It was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? You can't tell that there are just a million people in this place, but she couldn't give a shit.
So
well, common courtesy is dead once the cell phone got invented.
Oh, it's absolutely fucking dead. But it's just, like you said, with parents, it's just fucking, most parents, unless it has to deal with their child, they could give two shits about you, about anybody else. Fuck you.
I think the place that really plays out for me is parents in front of like dropping off the kids at school. We have like a one-way drop off, and you'll have people that cut in front. You'll have people that like dive down the road to go to the front of the line. You'll get like all this shit, and like people do not care. And like kids are walking to school. They'll go through like, you know, everything. They don't even give a shit. They'll just keep going.
It's almost like Mr. Mom.
Yeah, it's like, well, the art imitates life. Right. It's really something. Like, like 20 years ago, a kid died there. Because I went in and complained once. Like, said we need to get like a copier or something to watch this. And they told me the history. There's actually someone that died there. I couldn't believe it. Really?
Jesus Christ.
Did you ever see a kid slap the hood of a car and say, "I'm walking here"?
No, but if that happened, I might feel better about the situation.
I was trying to
that might make it worth it.
Yeah, I'd respect that at least.
I was trying so damn to find the fucking sound file. Here.
Hi, Samantha.
Oh, hey, of course there's an ad on YouTube. Why would I think anything less? YouTube won't play along. God.
Oh my God.
Here's the sound file.
Assholes.
These gals that want to buy it, most of them are old and dignified. Social register types, you know what I mean? Comes in, you know what I mean?
Hey, I'm walking here. I'm walking here. Up yours, you son of a bitch. You don't talk to me that way. Get out of here.
One of the best ad libs ever.
Right?
Yeah, that's a great movie.
Oh, it's fucking phenomenal.
All right, back on track. Annoying people. Who's got one? Who's got another one?
All right, how about the oblivious Wegmans shoppers? Right? I mean, the people that just it's busy, it's crowded, right? They're just standing out in the middle of the aisle, just kind of, I don't know, in their own little world or something, staring at a label or whatever. Completely oblivious that anybody else is around them. Everyone's kind of queued up behind them, sort of waiting to get it at the shelf or whatever. No, there's these people just staring off into space or looking at coupons or some weird thing.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, when I'm walking down the aisle, I'm like constantly checking my cut. I'm like I got my head on a swivel, like always trying to make sure I'm staying out of the way and all that stuff. But oblivious people, man, these people are dedicated.
Maybe it's because I work there. I when I'm shopping, I'm moving, I'm done, I'm in, I'm out. I know exactly what I'm getting, and I'm getting the fuck out of it.
Yeah. Right.
Oh yeah, no, it's
certain when I'm in the store. Like, yeah,
it's not even just Wegmans; it's grocery stores. And my stores, the aisles aren't even as big, and I don't even take my cart down most aisles. I'll like put the cart down and go after it. And
yeah, that's an underrated technique. Is like you park your cart somewhere like way out of the way, somewhere no one's going to go. You run around and grab 8 or 10 things. Boom.
Yeah,
that's another motivation right there.
Like, I actually do that. Usually when I'm shopping, I'll put at the very end Like, put it by something that no one's going to fucking buy.
Right.
And then just go up, down the aisle and just grab a bunch of shit and throw it in there.
Yeah, find a little out-of-the-way place and just kind of tuck
Yeah.
yourself in there.
Yeah, put it by the maxi pads or something.
Yeah. That's a good call, though. I think driving to work and going to the grocery store, I see the same type of people, whether they're doing carts or cars. Most inconsiderate bastards.
I just
Really
the amount of people that don't know how to handle a
it's like
zipper merge.
It's like I want to kill him or nothing. I just find it funny that like people just don't kind of look around and kind of recognize what's going on. That just seems like a very fundamental thing to be missing, you know?
Right. Those kind of people, you just wish they would like shit their pants or something on the way to work or something. Nothing horrible. Just hope they blast biscuits in their drawers.
Something a little inconvenient. That's all.
No,
Right.
God! No, God, please, no!
It's feels good to
No!
shitting on somebody. I know that's going to pop into my head. I just know it. That's like, oh, shit your friggin' pants.
Oh, I've done that before. Before, like, I'd be driving the car and be like, oh, I hope you crash into a tree and die. Now it's like, okay, I'm not going to wish that on anyone. Now it's just, oh, I hope you get to work and you shit your fucking pants.
I think you really turned a corner, you know?
Right? Yeah. I'm more mature now.
I can see you. I can see you just like rolling your window down on the highway. Go, I hope you shit your pants.
I pulled out the window and be like, fuck him.
Let's go, Grandpa. Oh man. It's just the drivers on the road that can't handle a zipper merge, that don't understand the fact that you're supposed to let somebody in and then go, and then it's supposed to go on and on into infinity so that nobody comes to a complete stop. I think that freaking drives me nuts more than anything on the road. And then have people that drive 55 in the left-hand lane and think there's nothing wrong.
Oh, that's the worst. That's
The
awful.
keeper of the speed.
Yes. I'm going to teach you a lesson. I don't have to drive any faster than I have to right now, and there's nothing you can do to make me drive 56 or higher. It's just not going to happen.
Or no, it's another one I hate too. Let's say you're going like 80 in the fast lane. You can't turn. You can't go to the middle lane because everyone's driving slow. But then you got some dickhead coming right up on your ass, like doing like 100. It's like, okay, I'll keep going faster, I guess. And he's flicking his lights. That guy, I hope he crashes into a tree and dies.
that still might be a little extreme.
And shits his pants when he hits it.
And he probably will do both.
I still can't go there, Jamie. I'm just so you know. It's a little extreme.
Again, therapy. It's good.
I was going to say this is a miserable podcast.
87. That is for certain.
No!
Oh God, I'm trying to think of like other examples of like people that have just driven me off a wall. Like,
Well, I hate at work when people are talking on the phone and they got to talk like this. Yeah, well, it's like, shut the
you got
fuck
the
up.
loud talkers on the phone.
Oh, loud
Well, that was actually mine. Like I generally hate most people, and it doesn't matter. Like I hate drivers. I hate people in the store. I hate people that breathe different bad ways. I hate most people, but the people that I probably hate more than any others are the loud talkers. But more importantly, the people that talk at inappropriate times. And like I've been on the treadmill at the gym. And you'll be going along, and there's a sea of treadmills down this aisle, and they could go to any one, but they pick the one right next to you, and they start going. Now they're going at like 2 miles an hour. They're walking about as slow as you possibly could walk. They're not exerting any energy whatsoever. They probably would exert more energy eating popcorn on their couch, and they're going along. So they're doing nothing for themselves, and all of a sudden their friend comes over and gets on the treadmill on the other side, and they start having a full conversation.
Oh, God.
and then they get on the treadmill, and maybe they're going 2.5 miles per hour.
I feel
they're doing nothing.
I feel like the treadmill rule is very similar to the urinal rule, where if you're on one, there's got to be a buffer one, unless there's no other one. Like there's no reason for you to come right fucking next to me if there's other treadmills to choose
but
from.
the buffer rule applies to everything in life, though.
Yes.
Like not just treadmills and like theater seats, but like everything. Like, there needs to be a buffer.
Yeah.
Doesn't everyone know that though? Like, isn't that weird? Like, there's always that person that doesn't know it,
right?
And they come and tuck in right next to you, and you're going, "What are you doing? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
what are you? You need closeness. You need somebody to hang out.
Yeah, it's like I need the full experience.
Like, didn't you get the memo or something? Like, I thought everybody knew this.
There's a funny Sebastian Maniscalco bit about him being on a treadmill, and the guy next to him is a heavy runner. You know, you hear the thump, 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 and then he's doing like karaoke's and like sidestepping and everything like that, running backwards, and it's kind of hilarious. Find it on YouTube. It's kind of funny. But it's that same thing, though. It's just like, if there's all this other room in this place, why do you have to be all up in my shit? I don't get it.
Right.
But if you're gonna be there, like, do the work. Like, that's like if you're that into a conversation, or they put their speaker on and have a full phone call, you know, while they're obviously not exerting themselves at all. So what's the point? It's the stupidity of it that really drives me up the wall. I can't understand the logic of it.
So let me ask
I've heard all those criticisms about me in bed. It's just weird hearing it from you guys. If you're gonna be there, do the work. You know? Jesus.
Don't have a full phone call while we're having sex.
Yeah, use your head.
Here's an
your head.
Here's an experiment for you to do, Mike.
Your mouth.
Here's an experiment.
I saw Taming of Rebecca.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I heard that's how you get throat cancer.
Here's an
For
experiment.
those who have not seen Taming Rebecca, that is a masterpiece of art right there.
It'd be good to Dean.
Yeah. It also shows a father and his daughter and a special love they have together back in the 70s.
So dirty and disturbing. My God.
Oh my God. No, for me, one of the big ones that I don't know if you guys have ever ran into this. I've noticed it's mainly with younger females, one-uppers.
Oh,
or if you're telling a story to somebody and they have to one-up you with something that happened in their life instead of just listening to you, drives me up a fucking wall every time I hear that.
Well, actually, no, Steve. What really drives me up the wall?
You're such a silly bitch.
I agree.
Well, you'd be like, yeah, I was I went out I was out in the park with my kids and I fell and sprained my ankle. And they'd be like, oh yeah, well, one time my foot fell off. They're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I can't stand
like triple dog dare with that one.
Yeah. I can't stand the people that, like, when you're trying to show them something, already figure out that they have all the answers. And they do things like finish your sentences for you when you're trying to show them something. And it's just like, just shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You don't know. Shut the fuck up.
Oh my God.
So aggravating.
Oh my God.
So aggravating.
I also hate people that come to work when there's like free food day. You ever have any of that ever happen? Like, oh, we got bagels, or oh, we got food. There's always some son of a bitch that goes up there right away, like runs up there, like he's never had fucking food in his life, and then ends up taking everything. And this is the same son of a bitch that doesn't wash or clean his hands. All right.
How about this?
All 87.
How about this shit? Last year on New Year's Eve, because we had to work, I bought my team pizza and wings for lunch. Okay. Half my team didn't get any because the other half went and got Tupperware containers out of their lockers and just loaded the shit up.
Oh, that's some bullshit right there.
I was
that's
so pissed.
balls.
It's like, well, that's the last time I'll do that, you fuckers.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. It was some grade A bullshit.
Or you have like a community food thing where like, oh, this person's bringing bagels and this person's bringing, hamburgers and this person's bringing whatever the fuck they're bringing. There's always that some asshole doesn't bring anything, but yeah, he goes and gets all the free food.
Yeah.
I'm so that asshole.
God.
No, God, please, no!
Oh, absolutely.
Thanks for coming clean on that one.
Well, it's funny you said.
But the hangers-on, the ones that, like you said, that don't contribute anything, and then are the first ones there to like, oh, I'll grab some. Oh, I'll gladly pay you tomorrow for a hamburger today. That kind of asshole.
Right.
Fucking,
That's from Popeye.
it is. Thank you.
Yeah, pop the Popeye.
Yeah, yeah.
No, God!
Episode is so pissed.
Everyone's angry.
Yeah.
It's good.
This is an 80. This episode should be episode 87.
This is I feel like it's Keith's birthday again.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's everyone celebrating it.
So wait, the theme of today is birthday parties also?
No. 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 We should do a documentary and a return to Niagara Falls.
Oh.
Like
that'd be awesome.
everybody with their phones just film everything and then just edit it into one big documentary. 44-year-olds take over Niagara Falls.
All of us used to go up to Niagara Falls. That was our trip before we turned 21 because you can drink at age 19. And to go up there and look at some titties and get drunk and fuck around.
And the reason I brought that up was the fact that was where the first time the phrase "the theme of tonight is birthday parties" was uttered.
Oh, that's right.
So that's what jogged my memory.
But I mean, like it wouldn't be like the old times if we filmed everything.
No, it wouldn't, because there's certain shit that we were glad is not on camera.
Yeah.
Last time I was in Niagara Falls, I got so painfully drunk. It was at Mike's bachelor party. And it was that first night that we got there, and I got so absolutely fucked up. So I don't have a lot of fond memories of that last.
You got so fucked up, if I remember correctly. Like we played poker in the room to start, and you got so fucked up that you didn't go out the first night, right? Like you didn't even make it out of the room.
Steve does that.
Steve paid the price
Steve
already.
does that. When we went to the Bahamas, he didn't make it out of the fucking hotel room the first day.
Because typically I have one thing in mind, and that's having fun.
Oh my
so I drink
God.
way too much.
But that's the thing. I respect that. But I think it's almost like you're warming up, like you're killing any clean, cells, so that you can totally be fine the rest of the trip.
Exactly.
I remember one candidate trip.
Good
I remember
strategy, yeah,
Steve
good
and I got that. Remember, Steve, we got that room with the jacuzzi, and everyone went out, but you and I stayed in and just drank in the jacuzzi.
Yeah, I don't know if we can tell that story on this film.
Oh, I'm not going to talk about what you did to my asshole.
Oh, Jesus
Well,
Christ. Here we go.
No, God!
I wanted
that.
to see if the curtains
Please,
match the
no,
drapes. That's the problem.
Yeah.
All I remember
No!
is
This
I
is
remember
red.
No!
Dear God. Dear God.
I remember a bittersweet experience where like Pete gave away like half a case of beer to these girls.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
it was just a peace offering, man.
I still remember some shaving cream got let loose.
Yeah, that it did.
Without
That
an
did.
explanation, that just sounds worse than it is.
That it did.
Yeah, it does. It's like, what?
Sounds just,
That was not before the hot tub.
Right.
no. No, it was taken out on an innocent, passed out bystander.
All right, what else can we say that we can hate about people?
I don't know.
Fucking everything. I fucking hate people.
We're approaching the 30-minute mark, so.
Yeah. I hate people that jerk it.
Okay. And on that,
Like us?
hit the outro here. This has been episode 12 of F That Noise for Jamie Klein, Mike Burdick, Pete Amelia, and Steven Taylor. We'll see you all next week. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, your sister's ass, all that shit.
That's pretty much it.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!